Greetings, my name is Nash, and welcome back to Release Wars. Well, we just saw that our opponent hasn't even managed to connect, so we'll just be going to the next match. But in this case, these are Megazords related to multi-hits. That's all that's gonna be for today. It is kind of stupid that it just has to do that, so now we're just going to have to start with the Samurai Megazord in an actual fight. Ape Assault! What can you do from this one? Okay, fair enough. What do you interrupt? Well, you failed to. That's for sure. So let's see here. If I use a Furious Lion Howl, I'll have to use a multi-hit, but I can block it. And Furious Lion Howl again. They'll be staying down for way longer than the majority of the other Megazords because the Dragonzord apparently has to have weird recovery or bad recovery. No clue why, but it just does. Get bonked! You are the Dragonzord as well, so you don't actually get to block that. As long as I block the front kick, yeah, you can't actually stop it. Now, let's just use an ultimate. They can take reduced damage. And I'll just dash in and Ape Assault. You get caught instead. Basically, we actually start with the two that mostly had a ton of multi-hit attacks. Dragonzord having, I think it was, technically 3 total. And that, okay, 3 total counting its ultimate. It actually only has 2, so it's only the special slot. For this one, however, we only have 1, which is the Pterodactyl Spin. We'll go back away, recover to 3 energy from it, and Triceratops Strike. Go ahead and block. You can use that, and I can interrupt you. Did you seriously just make the biggest mistake? Did you seriously just make the worst mistake in this entire match? Master Kick! This is why you don't ever use your Mega first. You have such an advantage. Don't waste it. Like I said, you shouldn't have done that. To be very specific, I'm talking about Megazords that hit more than 3 times. Dragonzord has both specials and his ultimate. Then we have the Samurai Megazord with Ape Assault and what was the other one? Well, Samurai, the primary slot strike. Then the moving Megazord obviously has, like I said, the Pterodactyl Spin and its ultimate. And then we have even less with the SPD Zord's only Delta Dive, so that's what's happening there. Listen, are you going to use anything else other than just standing still constantly? I'm gonna get a Rage. Here! I'll do this one. Okay, fine. They're quite quick too. Here's a Delta Dive! Why did you even try to block it? Well, Justice Lance! Well, they knew. They knew to dash early enough. Well, Justice Lance again. This time, you can't actually stop it. Here! I'm still faster than you. And then we have the least useful multi-hit attack. The Negative Beam. And that's all he has. And it doesn't even have the guaranteed chance to hit 4 times either. That's the thing to mention. Havoc Laser! You shouldn't have dashed forward. You could have taken a little less damage. Just a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit less. Tail and Havoc Laser! There's quite a bit of FPS drops, and it's not even supposed to be doing that. Anyway, Dragon's Roar. No. Wow. Kicked. Well, anyway, Missile Charge. You'll be left stand again. They're gonna likely try and kick me, so I have to use another Missile Charge. No. Well, now they don't have the slot set up, so good job. Havoc Laser! Fire! And okay, fair enough. You tried to. You tried it. Just charge. And Dragon's Roar. This'll do enough. But sadly, since the Dragonzord is actually the one that got disconnected to the opponent, he's last now. Even though he's got the same amount as, well, the Samurai Megazord. Go ahead. Hit all you want, Fence Slash. You're not paying attention. Though that is only 6 EP spent. That's fine. Here, Dragon Frenzy. You're not going to be using that. That as much as you want. Go ahead. do not use your Mega. That's the only rule you have to remember. Just don't use it. Well, I think I'll interrupt you. Okay, fine. I guess I didn't have the energy just yet. I'll use a claw stomp into front kick, into a claw stomp, because it works enough as a combo and does a decent amount of damage. Okay, couldn't activate just yet. Don't be dumb. That's all you need to do. Don't be dumb. And you'll probably still be able to win. Kick! And it said you registered a button, but didn't. Thing is though, every Megazord in the entire challenge basically has 1, 2, 3, all those hits only. These are only 5, even though it's still more than half. But there aren't even that many attacks to begin with, even then. Okay, let's see here. Shield bash. And you'll be up, but yeah. Now just basically have to interrupt it, but it's not gonna be easy. Ape assault just because. Well, I didn't rotate into the block, but that still helps me interrupt them. I'll reduce the damage, because I need to keep my strikes. Really? Really now? Counter defense. Or, correction, counter energy. Could have at least gotten some damage, you know? I'm just going to lure you to my corner. Okay, this works as well. It doesn't matter. The breakers are silenced. Clearly not anymore, though. That's a crit. Here's a breaker. Wrong move. That means you have your block in your middle slot. Go ahead. You can stop my attack. You gonna do anything else? Not the greatest idea. Bash into the face. And strike you with this one. You could have interrupted me, you know. Okay. Well, now they have an advantage, so if they lose this one, it's on them. So, let's see here. Triceratops strike. Don't use your block. I did just tell you to not use it. I still have the advantage of both energy and the usage of a breaker. Unlike you. Now, Saber-tooth leap. You had the chance, and they still messed it up. Okay, mess it on kick, they're gonna strike, and I'm just gonna use the Dino Drop. As you can tell, they're not exactly doing great on their reactions. Remove this. It's good enough. Okay, yeah. It was obvious they were gonna continue, and I still pressed the breaker. Now, please don't use your silent strikes. I told you not to! Here's a Dino Drop! And they get knocked out! Well, Pterodactyl spin. We're ending with a multi-hit. And now you're out. Also, to be very specific, 3, 3, 2, 1. Barely 1. Is how the Megazords multi-attacks are going. Okay, then. Yeah, no. Not happening. They are getting a better rotation, or rather they hit me first, so that's how they got it. But I'm the one to set this up first! And I get the biggest hits. Don't use something like that, okay? You wasted your rage. You wasted your rage. Justice Lance, go ahead and use your own. Hello. Okay, I'm just gonna use rage like this. Delta Strike! It didn't even do anything, though. Yeah, there isn't enough time. You have to make sure to do it beforehand. There is not enough time to be able to do that, so... You saw it was still a crit, but clearly not double damage. Pounding Pommel! Get stunned! Now, if I just back away and missile charge, you better be ready. You weren't ready. But I'm not getting any crits anymore, so... Just... There. There's the 4 hits, as I mentioned. You were a little too slow. The block actually went through. It was just a little visually weird. I'll hit you twice. Go ahead. Hit all you want. You don't have a threatening Mega at all. This was your mistake from the very beginning. Thinking you can use the moving Megazord and not bring its most threatening attack to the entire fight. Okay, Dragon's Roar. This thing only does 3 hits, but if any of them crits, it will hurt. So, negative beam. Okay, fine. I dodged ultimate. All of the hits, basically. Or, except one. But this is why I have this attack. And don't worry, Dragonzord's getting an extra match. It's at least the first Megazord, so it works pretty well. Now, front kick. Now, good job. You didn't dash, so you did at least, you made sure. If I do a backdash, it will help a little better. Yeah, okay. Here's a tail stinger. You don't get anything. So, claw stomp. Let's see. You have your ultimate. How much does it help you, though? That didn't register. Can you not do that? Don't back away. They made the mistake. This is a guaranteed stun. Front kick! That's a crit. Here's a claw stomp. I'm gonna back away. You're not gonna hit any of those unless you make sure not to fail your dash. However, you have lost. Great job. Yeah, it's damage. It's not, you're not gonna get anything out of being safe afterwards. So you better be ready to be punished. That's the simple rules. Samurai focus. Ape assault again. Looks like I am constantly rotating that in. Furious line howl. That can take reduced damage, but doesn't reduce from that. So, do we have anything more? Samurai strike. Go! They spent literally everything, so here's a shield bash. Well, that's a massive advantage. They've only got silence my... They can only silence my blocks, but the only thing that actually prevents is... kind of only... not exactly what you'd expect. Especially since if they're gonna do that. They should have used a different one. If you're gonna silence my blocks, don't use an attack that can be interrupted. A reminder, those that know how to play will always try to keep one attack that can be used to help interrupt another. If that Megazord doesn't have one, they'll likely keep a block instead. Yeesh, this is not going to be an easy one. Here's a pterodactyl spin. They have a dedicated strike slot, but clearly I'm not getting my block to help me. Did you seriously just make that mistake? I know you have an advantage and everything, but is that advantage going to hold? No. No, it is not. Back away. Here's a Tricera strike. This is what you get for making the biggest mistake. Did you... Well, you just ensured your loss. I don't know what you think you're trying to do, but I'm the most powerful ultimate in the game, and you clearly can't do anything after it. Yeah, compared to other ones, this thing's a full screen attack, so good luck. The only one that's kind of close to it on par would technically be the Dragonzord Megazord, but actually no. Because that one doesn't exactly help you. SPD double slash. Okay. Needed to be a little further. I think they just spent everything. SPD double slash, you better be ready. You weren't, but they did use something to help them. Though that being said, though, I'm not using the Dragonzord's ultimate because I don't need to. Just dive. Go ahead. I'm pretty sure they likely have their tail stinger again, so I'm going to just use this. And wait for their breaker. Yep, okay. Oh, here's an SP double slash because you keep relying on your super slot. So all that's gonna happen is that I'm gonna go to full screen, allowing me to do a certain combo, which is known as Fireball into Fire. Not really. It's not really a combo since they can actually do something, but they just don't seem to press the right buttons. This is not the last match. This is the second last match. We're giving Dragonzord one last chance, and maybe we can see if we can get some opponents that are gonna be powerful. Because every time be aware, there have been names that do actually put up a good fight in Megazords. However, every time that's happened so far, they've been struck by what NWA would call being screwed over by crits. Or what I would call, rather. Really? Are you seriously making this mistake? You don't even dash after it. But that's a requirement. Beam! Missile charge! It's only one hit, though. And it's a destabilized hit, so I don't exactly get an advantage of recovering. Anyway, get stunned. I'm just going to leave you destabilized once again. And I'm just going to back away. Dragon's Roar. Go ahead. Here's a damage. Nope. Okay. Can you remember to dash, please? They didn't even set the... Yeah. A reminder, you can't just use the ultimate. You have to set it up. They haven't disconnected, so we're fine. Every time I see a person without an alliance, this is likely to not go in their favor at all. Because most of the time, an alliance shows you actually play the event. Very often. Go ahead. Try. Try me. I don't think they know how to interrupt. That's another thing. Yeesh. Well, this is like it. I'm not even using the slot that matters. You know, I might as well. Missile Storm! Only 3 hits. Eesh, and look at that, they're not dashing as much as they should. Tail Stinger! Always remember, there's a reason why you can't totally Megazords. 1! You still take damage. 2! There's a different type of mechanic called interrupting. 3! Well... There's only a few spots that can happen like that. And that's when it's Samurai versus Samurai. Megazord versus Goldar. And... I think that's basically it. Or, no! Samurai versus SPD Sword. Still a problem. But Megazords is fine where it is. Those ones can just be tweaked to prevent it. Like, maybe, you know, not have every single one of these strikes be negative on the last hit. That's the best way I can put it. It's just more like, you can't bait out a block when you're fighting another Samurai with any of his strikes, so you can't do anything there. It's not gonna happen. So that's just a total pest. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy the video, please make sure to give it a like, comment if there is something you would like to see, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to not miss anything, and your Discord is in the description. Memberships are a thing. You become one, have your first streams at the end of videos to receive latest horse nails, as well as join the Raven Ranger Alliance with priority. Anyway, I'll see you in the next Power Rangers video. Goodbye!